It would be purely insane for me to film this in cinematic mode, which I almost did. Hi everyone, and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. I disappeared for some months because I didn't really have like the motivation to like take the time to create my own content because I'm in school and I also work full-time. So it's hard for me to like put aside time to do this because it also involves the editing and that kind of side of it too. But I watch so much of this kind of content that I'm like, I want to be a part of it so bad. So yeah, come hang out. We're gonna pick my February TBR. I made a TBR jar literally today. Actually, let's turn the book nook on. There we go. I made a TBR jar today. Never had one of these before. So we're gonna use this to pick my 5 reads for February. I picked 5 because any more than that seems unattainable, because in my head I'm like, well, if I finish a book in a weekend and then I finish a book during the week, then that seems like realistic to me. So we're gonna just shuffle up these prompts a little bit. My hand doesn't really fit in the jar, so I'll do this. I have all kinds of prompts in here, mostly prompts that I found from other people's videos, so you might have seen them before if you watch this kind of content as well. Like, I literally cannot fit my hand in here. Okay, this is our first prompt. Is number in the title. And just for reference, I have these 3 shelves, and then the Harry Potter series is over here that I also have never read before. So, okay, wait. This is kind of a number. It's Kiss Her Once for me. Does that count? I'm gonna say it counts because I think that's the only one that has a number in it. I don't think I almost said Harry Styles. The Harry Potter series doesn't have any numbers. So I think I'm gonna go with this one, but now I'm nervous that I've missed one. And I'm pretty sure the Serpent and Dove trilogy is just, yeah, Gods and Monsters. Okay, this is our first book. Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Koshrun. Yeah, that could be very wrong. I don't know. Okay, so this book is about a girl who falls for a girl she meets at a bookstore, but then something happens the next morning and like totally derails that like whole relationship. And then her boss at her new job proposes, or no, her coworker? No. The coffee shop's landlord, so the coffee shop she works at, the landlord proposes a marriage of convenience for those two, and she goes to like go through with it and finds out that the landlord's sister is the girl that she like fell in love with in like one night. So that should be interesting. That is our first book. Time to pick our next prompt. Let's see. Parents pick. Okay, I'm gonna get my dad in here and he's gonna pick my next book for me. Oh, I have no idea what he's gonna choose, but we will see. Okay, turns out he is busy for the moment and my mom is at work, so we will hold that thought and I will come back to him later and we'll pick the other ones. So our next one is first letter is the month. So the month of February, it would be F. So I have to find a book that has F as either the first letter or like a word in the title, or the first letter of a word in the title. This is so confusing. I made it completely confusing. F, 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 F. That's a hard one. F, F, F. For She Is Wrath. Okay. For She Is Wrath, The Dagger and the Flame, or A Fragile Enchantment. I thought maybe the first Harry Potter book had an F in it, but I realized it's philosopher, so it's a PH and not an F. So I think that means, if we stick to it completely, that this is our next read to add to the TBR for February, For She Is Wrath by Emily Varga. Basically, the main character, Dania, I think is how you say it, is in prison, like, wrongfully, and her lover is the one who does it, which is insane. Crazy how they just, like, start off with that, and basically it's her journey on, like, trying to escape and enact revenge on the people who wronged her. So it sounds super interesting, and I have this awesome fairy loot cover, and I am so excited to read this. I think it's gonna be really cool. The magic system sounds really interesting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna love it. So this is the second book we're adding, and the third prompt, oh wait, the fourth prompt is going to be new release. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the newest release that I have, which I think is Immortal by Sue Lynn Tan. Okay, so this definitely is my newest release, considering I just got it from the bookstore and it's a signed first edition. I'm pretty sure this came out in January, or it came out in December. I'm not too sure. I've read the Daughter of the Moon Goddess series by Sue Lynn Tan, so I'm very excited to read this. I love the way it's like folklore, but like so much more at the same time. Like, it's just, I love her world so much, and they're so bright and colorful, and just like a complete like escapism, in my opinion. So Immortal is a standalone romantic fantasy filled with dangerous secrets, forbidden magic, and passion about a young ruler who fights to protect her kingdom. So I'm really excited for this. So this will be the fourth book that we're adding, but the third for now until my dad chooses one. And the final prompt is this one. A reread. Oh, okay. This might be a cop-out, and I don't mean that literally, but I am currently rereading ACOTAR. I'm just on like the first book, ACOTAR. So I feel like I'm gonna pick the second book, because I think I'll be able to finish this in the next few days before the month actually ends. So let me go grab that. Here we have it, A Court of Mist and Fury, the love of my life. I love this book, and I am so excited to reread this book. It may take me all month because I'm like slowly going through them. I'm listening to the graphic audios and annotating them because I'm a nerd. So this will also be on my February TBR. I do count them towards my reading goal just because it's like, I am reading the book. I know some people don't count rereads, but personally I do, just because that's a book that I spent time with. So I count it towards my reading goal, and I count it towards my TBR. So that is the final book of my choosing, and now we'll wait to see what my dad chooses. After careful consideration, my dad looked at my 3 shelves first of all, said, "You haven't read all those?" And I said, "Yeah, that's right. That's why I need to get on my reading game." Okay. He picked such a good one. With no knowledge. He didn't even read the description. He just liked the way the cover looked. He picked One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, and I know a few of my friends have been wanting me to read this, so I might have to read this maybe at the start of the month. But I'm super excited to read this. It has such a cool magic system. I think it's like kind of like cards that control your magic, I think. But yeah, it's a gothic fantasy romance about a maiden who must unleash the monster within her to save her kingdom. sounds really cool. I might have gotten that card thing wrong. I'm actually really not too sure, but if you know me, you know I'm not really like a description person. I like going into the book basically blind. I'll know the genre and kind of like the like what is it called, like the hook of an essay. Like I know like the first like idea of it, like that part I just read out loud, but I don't really read past that because I kind of like going into it blind for the most part. But this one I've heard nonstop good things about, so I'm excited to read this. And I'm sure there's a few people out there who are excited for me to read this so they can finally talk to me about it and I can talk to them about it. I've been waiting. So this is the last book on our TBR, which completes our Feb I've said it too many times. Fuck. This completes our next month's TBR. So on our TBR, we have a lot of fantasy, all fantasy except for one. But all these shelves are basically fantasy, so it's really hard to like not pick a fantasy. So this first one, Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Koshrine. That is the first one. For She Is Wrath by Emily Varga. Immortal by Sue Lynn Tan. A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. And One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. That is my February TBR. I said it right that time. And I will also be reading Striker by Anna Huang. That is our book club book of the month this month. Not sure how I'm gonna like it, but we'll see. I liked the first few books in her Twisted series. The fourth one just really didn't hit. I think I DNF'd that one, but yeah, I am interested to see how that one goes as well. But those are the 5 or 6, including my book club book, that I plan to read this month. So if you would like to join me in reading these and would like to chat about these books once February is over, let me know, hit me up, or comment down below as well if you've read these books and what you think of them. But yeah, that's it, and I will see you next time. Bye.